thanks so much for coming by today. We're going to be checking out the Breakfast Puff Pastry Squares from Magnolia Cookbook Volume Number 3. So let me tell you, the title alone has got me tripped up, so be aware that I'm going to mess that title up a million times during this show. But that's okay. All right, so we have everything here. We have our sausage, we have our puff pastry, and some Gruyere cheese, and some good seasonings. So Lewis will be checking this out for me because, as you know, I don't really eat meat. So we'll get started on this and try it out. Okay, so before we head over to the stove, I'm going to chop up some of our sausage. So the recipe does call for ground breakfast sausage, but I bought these Jimmy Dean's and I'm just going to chop them up into little pieces and then we'll head over to the stove just to get them cooked a little bit more. So chop away. So I think just like a little chop is good. Oops, lost one. Of course, Penny's here to check it out. She saw me pull these out of the fridge earlier, and I did drop one. She didn't get to it. I got to it first, but she's now waiting for a puff pastry, and she's not going to get it. She can dream. Okay, these are all chopped up. Let's head over to the stove and cook these up a little bit. All right, guys, so our first step is to cook our sausage. So I have our heat on. I'm gonna throw this on the skillet and we're gonna just like this cook for a couple minutes and then we'll take this off and then prepare our puff pastry. All right, so while our sausage is cooking, let's get ready for our puff pastry. So I have a tablespoon of water in here and then I'm gonna add an egg so that we can make some egg wash. I would need a fork. That would be helpful. Okay. I'm gonna put that off to the side. I have my brush right here, and I'm gonna take out one of our puff pastries and get it ready. So I'm gonna take these off. We don't wanna cook the paper. All right. So the first step with one of the sheets is we're going to put our egg wash right on here. So let's brush away. So we are good. So I'm gonna put this off to the side and I am going to take our second sheet here. Okay. There we go. Before I do anything with the second sheet, let's check out our sausage and give it a quick little stir. Okay, just a smidge. Okay, so actually, before I take that back, let me get a quick cutter here. It should be okay. Let's see. Yeah, it should be fine. All right, so we're gonna make some round circles with our second sheet, and then we're gonna place the bread itself or the pastry itself without the circles on top of this one. So we need to get, let's see, 9 circles. So 3 rows of 3. Okay, so let's do this. So let's see. Okay, so 1, 2, Okay, 3. What? Three. All right, so we have 9. Some of it broke a little bit on the sides, but I'm sure we can make this work. Let me just get the rest of this so it's not sticking to the edges. All right, let's check our sausage. Okay, a couple more minutes on the sausage and we'll be ready to go with that. So now the tricky part. We are going to take our second sheet and put it on top of our first sheet. So let's see, using a knife, cut each, let's see, hold on. Okay, so I am going to take this without the circles. Alrighty, so I think we're good now. So let's take this, well, maybe not. Nope. Before I put this on top, let me check on our sausage because I think it's done. And it is done. All right. We'll let that cool for a little bit and then let's finish up our puff pastry. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna drag it, I think, over. No, I can't do that. No, okay. All right, this is an interesting turn of events here. Uh-oh. Okay, you know what, it's fine. I am going to make this work.
A few moments later.
Let me get our pan ready, let me get our pizza cutter, and then we'll cut away. All right, so we have our pan here. She does say to use a nonstick pan for this, but I don't have one, and I'm just gonna use parchment paper instead, which I'm sure is fine. So we're gonna cut these up, but I am gonna use a pizza cutter. So let's do this. All right, that'll work. Okay, so I am going to put these onto our baking sheet. That is the temperature rising to 400 degrees because these are gonna go in the oven without our sausage mixture first. Then we're gonna take it out and then add our sausage mixture. And then we do add our circles. I don't know where the circles play into our recipe here, but I'm putting them in. Okay, so these go in the oven at 400 degrees for 12 minutes, and then we'll take them out and do the rest of our recipe. Oh, I don't need to do these now. This just says the circular cutouts are delicious with jam. Should I bake them now? All right, guys, so I lied. First of all, I took off the circles because we actually don't use them at all for this recipe. So she says save them, cook them, and use them with jam. That's exactly what I do for tomorrow morning for my breakfast since I won't be eating this. So they're off our pan here, and I'm going to quickly egg wash this. That's one thing I did forget to do before we put this in the oven is egg wash this one more time. So let's get this all eggy. Okay, now it's time to go into the oven. See you in 12 minutes. All right, so while our puff pastry is puffing up in the oven, let's get our Gruyere cheese nice and shredded because we're gonna combine this along with some cream, eggs, Dijon, and some garlic powder and salt and pepper, and with our sausage. And that will be our filling for the puff pastry. Guess we can't have too much cheese, right? All right. So we need a half a cup of cheese. I'll do a really pack it in there, right? Okay. Got our cheese. We have our garlic powder. We have our Dijon mustard, and a spoon would be nice, right? Kind of important. I don't know. Okay. We have our cream. We have two, let me steal this plate. There we go. We have 2 eggs. And we have some salt and pepper. And I'll mix this up first before we go in for our sausage. Quite the mess, but that's okay. Okay, all mixed together. Now let's grab our sausage from the stove and we'll add that in here, and this will be ready to go on top of our puff pastry. Okay, sausage. Penny is just really hoping I drop a piece. But she's gonna be upset when she realizes I'm not sharing this one. Or at least Lewis will not be sharing this one. Okay. Mixture is ready to go. All right, so our puff pastry's done. Let's head over to the counter and add our sausage on top of this puff pastry, and then we'll throw this right back into the oven. All right, guys, so our puff pastry is here. It is ready to go. So I'm just gonna use a little squisher or a little measuring cup to squish this down in the middle. That way we can add in our mixture. Ooh, this is too big. Let's see. We want the edges to keep all of the sausage in. That's good. There we go. Okay. Yeah, a little finger press doesn't hurt either, does it? Okay. Now we're gonna fill these up. So I'm just gonna do this another stir. Okay. We're just gonna plop our mixture in here. I'm gonna do a first pass before I add any more. Wow, we have a lot extra. But you know what? What I would do, if I do have this much extra, I'll probably keep this mixture and then I'll just make Lewis some breakfast tomorrow with this. It's just eggs and cheese, so I can make a elevated omelet, right? Okay, I think we're good to go. All right, so these go back in the oven, I think for about 15 minutes, and then we'll try them out when we're done. Well, Lewis will try them out when they're done. Okay, so our puff pastry is out with our sausage. I am going to do one last little sprinkle of cheese, and then Lewis will be here to check it out. They look good, so. Okay. All right. Let's get Lewis and try these out. All right, guys, it is time to try the sausage puff pastry. Lewis is here as the official taste tester. So honey, take it away.
I'm all about all things sausage. Oh yeah, I like it. Don't mind me. But this is good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What do you like about it?
The sausage. I mean,
do you like the cheese, the flavoring, all there?
I didn't realize cheese and flavoring was here. I can taste the sausage.
Okay.
No, the cheese is good. I like the flaky, buttery croissant.
Nice. Okay. The puff pastry. He knows. All right. Well, I'm glad he likes it. I don't know if I'll be able to share this with anyone because he might have to eat the rest of the 9 that we have left. So thank you so much for stopping by to watch me make these puff pastries. Lewis approves, so if Lewis approves, I'm sure you guys will all like it too. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time. See ya. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? All right, guys, so our first step, we're gonna be checking out the breakfast puff. We're gonna be making the breakfast puff. I can't say this. What is wrong with me? Breakfast puff pastry squares. I hate that.